Hi everybody and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Elsans bracelet. This was designed by Daniela Isabella 79 on Instagram. And here is her name, just so you guys know. And she does have a private account unfortunately, but she did create this and it is a pretty cool design I think, so definitely make sure to give her credit and check her out on Instagram for me. Today, all you're going to need is one loom in the staggered configuration. You're going to need a hook, a C-clip, and as many colors of bands as you want, probably 3 or more for like the parts here. And so I'm going to be using dark green for the teal that's on the outside, then olive green for this purple here, and finally I think it's neon pink and yellow pearl for the white. And this is all made on one loom, but you will have to do some it's not really like off loom things, it's just a little bit weird, so make sure that you pay attention. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. First we're going to start by placing the teal bands. So I'm going to take my dark green bands and I'm going to start from the center peg and go out to the left and out to the right, and then you're just going to do a standard border for this bracelet. You're going to do 2 single chains running all the way down your loom until the second to last peg, then you'll turn into the center. And my camera is like really far over and I don't know why. So I'm just going to do the left side first and then I'll go up the right side and then I'll show you what to do next. Again, from this peg into the center, the second to last peg, coming back to the beginning. Make sure you're pushing your bands down so that they're out of the way, and you won't get them caught on any of the other bands when you're kind of doing the looping processes. And turning into the center here, come back to the beginning, and now we're going to lay a single chain going straight down the loom with our dark green bands again. Also for this bracelet I haven't tried the pearl bands or like the dual layer bands, so I'm hoping it'll turn out good. So you're probably going to want to watch till the end of the video because I'll show you how to straighten it out, the bracelet out, if your bands get all sorts of like twisted and stuff. So if you're interested, I'll show you how to do that. Once you've done that, now you're going to actually turn your loom around so that the hairs are pointing towards you. You're now going to place a dark green cap band on this peg here, on the last center peg. And now, what you're going to do is take your olive green bands, and you're just going to lay an X right here. So from this left peg going into the center, and then the right peg going into the center. Oops. And then from the center back out to the left and out to the right. So now that you have that, you're going to want to place a capping band on the center of that X. Just a simple cap band. Once you do that, get your hook, and we're going to just simply loop this X out. Okay, just grabbing that top band and pulling it out to itself so that it will eventually look like this. Make sure that your bands aren't overlapping. Alright, now once you've done that, it's time to apply your white or your slip knot bands. So I'm going to get 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, they're stuck together, 4. And what you're going to want to do is take your first one. It doesn't matter where you start, you can start wherever. You're going to stick your hook underneath of these 2 olive green bands. Make sure that you are going down in here and then out through the side. Grab this on your hook, pull it through, and attach both ends of this band, onto your hook. Pull off this olive green part and put this pearl band on. So now you have kind of like a citrus stitch if you ever made the citrus bracelet. And now what you're going to do is grab the bottom loop of this band, pull it over the top. And don't pull it super tight, otherwise your bands will get like too tight to really show off the beauty of this bracelet. And you're just going to do that for all 4 pegs. So once you lift that off, just leave it there, don't do anything to it, and go inside of this peg. I'm just going to start here, grabbing this band on your hook, pulling it through, putting both ends back on. Make sure you don't grab that border band. Pull off your olive green bands, and you may have to hold them to put the bands back on. Once you've done that, grab that bottom loop, just simply slide it over and release. You're going to do this 2 more times. It's a little bit harder for me for the right side since I am right-handed, so I'm actually going to turn my loom back around and just kind of tilt it like this so that I can get in here and do this a lot easier. So just don't get confused, I'm doing the same thing, just turning my loom so that I can show you guys on camera. And if your cap band pops off, don't worry about it too much. You will have to put it back on before you loop the like border bands and stuff, but it should be okay. And then this one. And as you do more of these, it'll get harder for your cap band to stay on. But just, like I said, don't worry about it too much until you're going to loop your border bands. Then grab that last one, pull it over. This should all be done with your arrows pointing towards you so that we can go all the way up the loom with our X's. So, sorry, I can't talk today. You're going to do this all the way up your loom. Start your X from this center peg and go out again. So taking my olive green bands, creating an X. Once you've done that, take a cap band, just put it on. In this bracelet I did use a light purple glitter cap band, but you can't see it very much, so I don't really think it matters. Whatever color you want to use, you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull these out to themselves. And I'm going to show you how to do this one more time, and then I will probably end up going off camera to do the rest of this because I think I might have figured out how to do that off camera. So I'll just kind of like trim out the parts that I'm not on camera, I guess. But anyway, again, putting that on, and you just want to, let me turn it this way. You only want to grab this middle one because this pearl band here has already been looped, so you just want this one. And pull it up and over so that it don't pull like both of them over. And if your band gets twisted, like these will, just try to untwist them, I guess. I'm actually going to pull this back over and untwist it because I like the dual layer bands to be like have the outside color on the outside. But anyway, it's only on these bottom 2 bands here and here which you'll have to decide which band to lift over. On the top 2, you're just lifting over the bottom one. So pulling that off, putting this band on, pulling that bottom part up and over. And if your band does that, just try and pull it back towards this side, which is probably, because if you don't do it like now, you're going to have to do it towards the end, and I feel like it's harder to do at the end when you pull it off of the loom. This bracelet is pretty time consuming, I think, because you have to like do a bunch of transferring, I guess. I don't know, I guess it's called puffing. You have to puff your bands, but it's pretty cool. And I'm going to do my last one here. And my bands always, or my cap band always seems to pop off here, so I'm going to try and get my hook untangled from that. Put it back on. Whoa, that is really twisted. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go off camera, finish the rest of my X bands, and after I do that, I'll come back and show you what else to do. And yeah, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have finally finished doing all of my slip knots and that kind of thing. Some of them are twisted up, but I will fix them after the video. It's taken me like forever to do this, so I'm just going to show you how to quickly finish this off and then we'll be done. So all you're going to do is go underneath of this cap band at the very end and grab the top band. Oops, not the top two, just the top one. And pull it straight forward. And just loop this single chain all the way down. And after you've done that, come back to here. Again, going underneath of that cap band, pulling those two border bands out, and then just going underneath those bands that are on the sides, and pulling your border bands forward all the way down your loom. Once you get to here, you'll take this one into the center, come back here, and do the same thing up the right side. Remember, when you take this off, the bands are going to be like everywhere, all over the place, so I'll show you how to fix that too. Once you finish that, you're going to take your band, pull this on the edge, or not on the edge I guess, but here, and then you're just going to pull this off. And when you pull this off, you can see that the bands are kind of everywhere, they're all over the place, they're twisted. So pretty much what you just want to do is take the bar that goes across here on the front and just pull it pretty far back towards the outside edge. And once you do that to all of your bands, you're going to just then want to push this up and through and kind of pull this out as well. It's a quicker way, I think, to pull those bands to the outside edges. And of course I'll fix this more because it's not really entirely fixed as well as this. But you can see that this one's pretty nice and it looks pretty neat. So all you have to do is just pull those slip knot bands to the outside, and this is the opposite side, but you just have to pull them to the outside and then pull out these bands, and then you're finished. So that's going to be it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll have Danielle Isabella's name in the description box below, so make sure to check out her account. And that's all I have for you today in this video. I might do another one today. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.